I'm Anthony. I play guitar and sing lead vocals in the band We Outspoken.
Hi, my name's Joe. I am the lead guitar and backup vocal for We Outspoken.
Hey everybody, my name is Lex Effect. I'm the drummer of We Outspoken.
Konnichiwa, I am the barefoot bassist of We Outspoken.
Hey, my name's Stefan. I handle all merch, digital, and all the things you typically don't see on stage.
So this is our very first time in Japan. We've always wanted to go, and we finally made it happen with the help of Akira Fukurai. He's the guy who brought us to Japan and tour managed and booked the entire tour. I remember first talking to Akira about going to Japan, and he literally had the entire tour booked within 20 minutes of talking to him and asking about it, seeing if we could actually make it happen. And he's the reason why we were able to go. So Akira, we love you. Thank you so much for helping us get to Japan for the first time.
Like all these wicked bands we played with, and they all play amazing. They all are very skilled. And one thing that we're pretty impressed with Japan is the sound. They take it so seriously. Everybody tries extremely hard to make sure you have the best sound, the best show. They have the best gear, and all the bands. I was really impressed with how talented all these musicians are. We also played with Walk City Harbor, and those guys rock. They were like one of our favorite bands there. And same with Stone Leak. Like, Akira, you fucking rock. Akira Fukurai! Akira, man, you gotta see this guy shred. He's pretty amazing, and he knows how to rock. He's like two different people. He's so passive and quiet, and then he gets on stage and he fucking rocks, and he just rapes your face off. It's incredible.
This tour has been absolutely phenomenal. We've been so many places, met so many people, and everything has its own uniqueness to it, and Japan just blew our minds. It was completely out of this world.
Going to Japan was, I think, one of those tours that everybody eventually wants to do if you're a musician. I mean, you hear so many good things about that country, about the music scene, about the community base, and the whole support that you sort of hear about. So actually going over there was a whole different story. I mean, we were so privileged and I guess blessed to make it over there this year and meet some amazing people and play with some amazing bands.
So before we head over to Japan, I absolutely did no homework. I wanted to be as culture shocked as possible. So the minute we actually headed onto the flight, we had some Western/Japanese food. That was my little intro into it. But the minute we literally got into pretty much left the airport, really getting into Japan or the outskirts of Tokyo, literally it was a whole new world. All the cars drove on the right side. Literally no one spoke a word of English, so that was a lot of fun. But besides that, literally our first 5 minutes outside the airport was a whole new world.
Japan is such an amazing country. Just the neon at night to the food and everything in between, especially Tokyo. When we first got there, it was kind of like culture shock, especially the TV commercials. They're really cartoony and wild, and because of the hour change, things got a little bit nutty. But that was definitely one of my favorite cities in Japan was Tokyo, especially at night. Just the neon lights, the people, the culture. Such an amazing place to go see, and if you get a chance, you got to go see Tokyo. It's absolutely amazing.
My first impression of Japan, I'll tell you, it's everything you kind of imagine it would be. There's all the crazy Japanese anime and I wanted to see all the hardcore stuff. I wanted to see the weird crap that you see, like the octopus porn, all that kind of stuff. You know, all that weirdness that Japan is known for.
I'm assuming I might have offended 100 people by accident. God only knows, but I spent my jet-lagged hours in the morning from 5:30 in the morning to 8 o'clock on my cell phone just Googling as much as I could about the culture. There's so many rules. So you have your law rules, you get a ticket, walking down the street, smoking, all that stuff. But then again, the most important ones were the culture rules. Just not talking on the subway, just basically not looking like an idiot in front of all of Japan. I believe Tokyo's like, what, 30 million people, something ridiculous like that. So that was probably the hardest part, but probably my favorite.
And what we sort of noticed was this certain etiquette, this certain respect that all the Japanese people have. And I know everybody else covered it, but I have to say it. They are the nicest people that I've ever met before, came into human contact with. They have this certain human respect where they acknowledge you, they take care of you, they support you, they talk to you. They haven't really experienced anything like it before. So going from there, we got to experience some really cool places. We got some awesome retro Game Boys and N64s and all these really, really cool Dragon Ball Z figures. I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, so I got to experience a lot of these really cool places that sold all the stuff that you really can't find anywhere in the world besides in Japan.
Another thing is Stefan was mentioning was the crazy toilet action. These are like $10,000 toilets. Like we got back home, we got a toilet for a couple $100, maybe $500 on a high-end toilet. These toilets all have they got Wi-Fi. These toilets, you actually need to take a lesson on how to flush them.
If you don't drive in Japan and you rely on those crazy spider web subway stations, whichever one you take, the JR, there's the JR subway, and then there's the standard subway. They have like 3 different options to choose from, but it doesn't matter. 6:30 hits and you're like this. I'm staring at somebody's forehead just like you're staring at mine. It's insane.
What number do we get off on? 5.
Closer than like all to be to like any of you.
God, how many do we gotta wait for? How was that? That was fucking amazing.
Also, as far as religion goes, we went to all these Buddhist temples, shrines, things like that. I have no idea, I know nothing about the actual religion itself, but what I absorbed from going to these places and seeing how people react, rang the bells, did their prayers, they pured their hands with the water. There was a couple temples that we went to. We went to the Golden Temple, we went to the 1,000 golden statues with the 8 deities, the 2 gods being the thunder god, the wind god, and then the 1,000 soldiers, and then Buddha being there as well, obviously. And that temple was outstanding. It was phenomenal.
So yeah, once we explored all the different districts, slowly started to be a bit more cultured, really trying to adapt to their daily life, we were starting to really start to fit in. But by the time we could say we were pretty comfortable being in Japan, we immediately were off on the road, heading to our first destination in Osaka.
So from there we embarked and took the bullet train down to Osaka, which was really cool because I've seen it in so many documentaries, from Dream Theater to Good Charlotte to Blink, about them taking these trains and just touring, and it was amazing to go 300 kilometers an hour and feel like it's just, you're sitting on a couch. Just got to our cart number, finally got some Japanese Sapporo all the way to Kyoto.
Nice. That's a high.
Thanks for the fuzziness.
Dude, look at it. It's just gonna pick up so much speed. It's like on that light speed, like after it passes here. God.
This is our tour van for the next 2 weeks. Say hello to Canada. There's Akira. He's helping us with the tour. Movie, yeah. Nico. Yeah, say hi, Nico. So Osaka, this was our first show of the tour. And it was the first time experiencing playing in Japan, especially with the owners and promoters and Akira for the first time taking us around and loading into the venue. And Akira really took care of everything for us. So for us, we were just kind of watching from the sidelines as bands were sound checking and promoters were conversing with bands. But what blew our minds was the amount of respect. They basically, every show has like a pre-production meeting where all the bands get together with the owners and the promoters, and the owners introduce themselves, the bands introduce themselves, which eventually lead to us and everyone bowing, and it made the show that much more special.
We met so many friends the first day we were in Osaka. Beautiful city, has so much to offer. I believe we had our first bowl of ramen, which was in Osaka, and damn, that was absolutely incredible.
This is, you order ramen, you order it on the street here, and then you go in and then they take your order. They make your order.
Oh, okay. And is small size, medium size?
Medium. And this is what you get when you order from the outside.
Amazing.
Amazing.
And Takamatsu was the second show after Osaka, so that was just another tick off the list for a great show in Japan, which was phenomenal. And on our time off there, we got to walk up and down these streets that were like indoor, outdoor malls, and we had this amazing white rice with curry food, and again, got to meet the locals and got to hang out with them, which was great.
Takamatsu was great. We met with our really good friend Yoda. Yoda, if you're watching this, we love you, and even your family, beautiful family. We got to eat, I'm pretty sure where udon noodles were originated, so that was bomb, all the way in the south of Japan. And it was great because we were in the more let's just say the more sophisticated cities, where Takamatsu itself was more of a rural area. So we got to really see a lot of greenery that Japan had to offer, and pretty much everything outside of the city life.
Chris Adler,
Best ramen noodles in Takamatsu.
Thank you so much.
This guy just paid for all of our meals. Number one. Yeah, movie. Yeah, movie. Yeah. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. We got a chance to visit Hiroshima, and there's so much history in that city that it's completely changed, and we learned so much about what happened there, and we hope nothing like this ever repeats itself again. Very beautiful city. We got to go to the heart of where the atom bomb was dropped and see all the suffering and everything that happened, and all the innocent people that got hurt. It was just pretty surreal to see, and just learning all about that history and what went on. And as far as like the people and the shows there, it was pretty incredible. We got to play with like a Japanese Black Flag there, pretty hardcore, pretty insane to see. But everyone had that we played with always gave shout outs to us. Everyone was like, "Oh, We Outspoken!" Like everyone was just like so excited we were there to play, and it was pretty amazing.
With Kyoto being an amazing show for two reasons. The two best reasons you could possibly need. Stone Leak, Akira's band, his hometown, and another one of our favorites that toured 5 shows with us, Walk Harbor City. Guys played awesome, Stone Leak played awesome, and they probably had the most home crowd experience that they could have delivered to us. Like, it was absolutely phenomenal.
My favorite show was probably the hometown of Mr. Akira Fukurai. And Kyoto was my favorite show, man, in Kyoto. That was like our home base for about 3-4 days. We had a small little apartment there that Akira hooked us up with, and it was so awesome. We walked so much in that city, experienced all of, I think, 3 or 4 Buddhist temples with so much history and culture. So that, in my opinion, it was my favorite show was Kyoto.
There he is. Walk through me.
Our show in Nagoya was absolutely amazing. This was sort of in the middle of the tour as we were making our way back to Tokyo. And I remember just the energy about the show, the crowd, all the opening bands were just really supportive. Again, phenomenal musicians, great people. And I remember that just the tone of that show and the energy that was brought to that show was absolutely amazing for everyone, for everyone in the band, for Stefan. It was great to feel that love, especially coming from Canada, playing in Japan and experiencing that.
Yokohama, it was the third last show of the tour, so it was winding down towards the end, which sort of sucked because it happened so fast throughout the whole day. I mean, we were there for about 18 days in total, but it was just, man, like we have 3 shows left, and like we just can't believe that it's already winding down. And personally, too, that was one of my favorite shows as well, too, because it was right beside this massive baseball stadium. And it was just, what's cool about Japan is that the venues are like down these, like are in office buildings, but down 3-4 flights of stairs where you can't really find it, but it's there, and just, again, a really cool way of how everything works there.
One of our first shows in Tokyo was pretty crazy. There's some pretty awesome bands. I think we played with Miss Daisy that show. They were really cool. I really liked them a lot. One of the bands covered her song "Crisis." You know, it was kind of cool to see another band from halfway across the world playing one of our songs. It was pretty killer.
So my favorite show out of all of them definitely had to be our first show in Tokyo, which was more at the end of the tour. The reason being is it was such a small venue, yet there was a huge festival going on supporting local food vendors, supporting just local people in general, and there were so many bands. I believe there was anywhere from like maybe 6 to 12 bands playing throughout the whole period, and there was such a diversity of genres, and everyone was loving it. So for that reason, our first show in Tokyo was definitely my favorite. Amazing turnout. The whole crowd was in it, and tons of people were just jumping on stage singing along, especially to Crisis, which was awesome. So just being able to film that was an absolute pleasure on my end. So definitely first show in Tokyo was my favorite 100%.
I should have fucked her in Seattle, but I didn't. And check one of these going on. Hello. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh shit. Alright, let's get psycho! What? Yeah. This next song's called Crisis. Yeah. I'm gonna pull my fucking legs out.
So the last show was our second Tokyo show. That one was amazing. The first Tokyo show was off the charts, and we're like, there's no way, like that should have been the last show, because there's no way this next show can top it. It did. It did. I wouldn't say it topped it. It definitely tied it. Tokyo was on par with each other from the first show to the last. It was absolutely amazing. The energy continued, didn't die off. The sound was amazing.
And that was the most fun I think I had on the road. The show was just intense. A lot of people. In fact, we were kind of chanting music after the set was done. The set was finished, and we would just sing our favorite songs out loud with the audience, and we'd come on stage and do big group hugs. And it was a beautiful way to end such an amazing experience. That for me, I'll always remember. We've done all these shows, and they've all led up to this, this one point. And that show in particular was amazing because we had these Japanese headbands that we specifically bought and that we wanted to wear, and they all had like Japanese sayings on them. So I think mine was like fighting spirit, and Alex was number one, things like that, and it brought a lot of smiles to the audience's face, which is great.
Our last show, I'd have to say, was one of our favorites. It was like this underground bar that was just like, it looked like it was out of a movie.
I'm gonna say it was my favorite show. Just the energy and the emotion in that one, knowing it was the last one, and we had to say goodbye to these friends that we made for 17 days. We were on the road with, we were seeing every night, we were drinking beers, we were doing all these after parties, we were drinking sake and eating raw octopus and all that stuff. These were our new best friends, and we had to say goodbye, so it was really emotional. We absolutely love those guys, and that show was insane.
Akira took us to a sushi bar where it was on a conveyor belt. So it was all like crazy screen, like Japanese, and you just punch in whatever you want. You want any type of sushi you could possibly want to eat, and within seconds, pretty much, it would show up on a conveyor belt, and you just picked it off the conveyor belt right here. Got it? Yep. Perfect.
It's ready. Find out how to put water in it.
Wow.
Yes, that knob. Yeah. Push it up against it, gives you hot water.
So this is we're at the rotating sushi spot right now. We're doing this is green tea?
Green tea.
Yokocha. Yokocha. Wow. So you put the green tea in there like that. And then, how do you fill it?
Huh?
The water.
The water?
Yeah, show me.
Yeah.
Oh. Cool. Wow. On the rotating sushi boat.
Okay.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Yeah.
So, have you ever had an explosion in your mouth? Fortunately, I have. But with that being said, sushi is absolutely amazing. Watch out for the shrimp because you never know what's going to be in it. And sashimi will change your life. Here in Canada, in the United States, Western countries in general, we have a lot of maki rolls, but their sashimi is, I guess, more of the standard. So literally, absolutely fantastic. But please take my advice. Poke your shrimp before you eat it because you do not know what's filled inside of it.
Japan's also known for its many different flavors of Kit Kat. This is green tea right here, which is awesome. So we all went nuts and got a couple. This is raspberry right here. And when they say raspberry green tea or sake, they actually taste like they sound, which is really important because a lot of companies try to rip you off and say, oh yeah, this is green tea, but really, it's all chemicals and not really. But this actually tastes like green tea matcha. This actually tastes like raspberries.
there was one point in Tokyo we were walking around and going to all the vending machines and getting hot coffee, cold coffee, ginger iced tea, and all this amazing stuff at the vending machines.
All right, I'm about to order some hot coffee from the vendor. Which one are you getting? What is it? Oh, it's cold. It's cold coffee. Cold coffee.
Hot coffee in a can?
Put your sugar out right here.
Weird pains, you know what?
You know what, like, you tell the girl, like, we want some, like, nice peas, you know what I mean? Like, spicy peas and, like,
Oh,
I'm good, thanks.
it's like coffee that they put in the refrigerator.
That's pretty fucking good, dude.
Wow, thank you, Wanda. You are.
You're
wonderful.
That's like a small triple. That's a small triple right there.
We could always drink some cow piss.
Oh, cow piss. Big cow piss. Best.
Wow.
We went to this amazing golden temple that just blew it completely blew our minds. I believe it was from 1280, and we got to just walk around and see it and take pictures and really get to see some old Japan, which I think everyone wanted to see on this tour. The modern, yes, but also Japan is such an old country that it was nice to see some of these old temples and Sensoji Temple.
The selfie stick.
Oh, you better believe it. This is like a future.
Yo, like, what are we doing?
All our interviews like this.
Here.
Like, what are we doing? This is our new interview.
You gonna buy them from over there?
Joe, Chris?
One of the great side steps of our tour was taking a small break out of our day between the shows and everything like that to go visit Mount Fuji, which is, I believe, one of the 7 wonders of the world, one of the most beautiful parts of Japan, and if you don't stop to go see that, you're absolutely insane.
Another amazing thing about the Japanese culture, especially in the entertainment business, was that after every show, there are after parties. What it is you go for a late night dinner with all the bands and the promoters and people that actually set the show up for you, and you get to meet with them kind of on a one-on-one level and celebrate the success of the show, which I think was very important. So you have the pre-production meetings that start the day and start the show and start the event, and to close it is this amazing after party where everyone's cheersing and kung-pieing, and I got a video right here that I'm going to show you.
I got a sake bomb here. I've never done sake. Drop it right in. Fuck no. Fuck that. No, you do it? Okay.
Leave your mom in Sao Paulo. You don't talk about how much was to know?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
There's these little kid bikes. You probably know them from outside of grocery stores and stuff. You put in the car and you ride them. You've seen the photos also. Joe hopped on one of those. We got some wicked shots of those. And then our media master, Stefan, got the bright idea, being bored in the van, toss those puppies in Photoshop, take Tom Cruise out of some photos, take explosions, toss Joe in, and we probably came up with, I don't know, 9 gag gold or Photoshop going photo bombing to the max. Like, that thing was amazing. I think somebody was saying it went viral on one of those sites or something like that. It was insane.
That's what we do. Spray time with Photoshop. The original shot is right here. And we've actually put them into these funny scenes. Joe right here.
Also, what was really fun that like the Japanese are known for is the karaoke bars. Hardcore. There's a few really cool karaoke bars like Shadak's and Echo. Echo is pretty crazy. It's I thought you'd go. It's like back home where everybody goes into one room. There's like 50 people, and you know you wait your turn to sing a song. They do that there usually for like big meetings and stuff like that, like big crowds of people. If they do like a business meeting there, but most of the time they go in like you got a private booth, like where we went with like 5 or 6 of us. And you got a big TV and you can choose whatever songs you want and you sing just amongst your friends and drink and that's like huge there. Like a lot of people just even go there by themselves and just like practice karaoke, which is, you know, it's pretty crazy. Like that's how serious they take it. So like they purposely go there and practice by themselves so when they have a work meeting they'll look good singing their famous songs that they want to sing, which was pretty fun.
So yeah, while being down in Japan, you have to get souvenirs. And personally, my favorite souvenir I picked up was this umbrella, but actually looks identical to a samurai sword. So immediately I saw it, I'm like, oh my god, I have to get the samurai sword / umbrella. Like, you know what states being a tourist and not getting the most cheesiest souvenir? So of course I bought it.
One of my favorite things was actually seeing the Shibuya crossing, and that's something that I've seen as a kid, learning about it in school, seeing it in movies, seeing it in different documentaries. So seeing that in person was absolutely phenomenal. I couldn't believe the amount of people and the city lights and how massive Tokyo is, but how so well efficient it works. Another awesome thing that just blew our minds is how big punk rock and rock and roll is still big in Japan. I mean, some of the best musicians come out of Japan, and we saw that firsthand. And just turning on the radio, punk rock and roll is so lively there, and it's on rotation in Japan, which is we never really experienced that from almost 10 years ago when punk rock was actually on FM radio.
I want to take the opportunity to thank Pikachu, Betch, Akira, Fukai, and literally everyone within Stone Leak, Walk City Harbor, so many bands, Miss Daisy, Green Eye Monster. I apologize for not mentioning anyone else, but you are all beautiful people and you are all so accepting. So for that, thank you so much.
Akira, I fucking love you, man. Dude, thank you for bringing us over. Thank you for the help. Thank you for the fucking driving us and letting us like destroy your van and pack our van with all of our gear and our luggage. We never met a nicer, warm-hearted person that accepted us and took us in, and now we got a great friendship, and you're always welcome in Canada. Thank you, Betch. I love you, man. I want that snare drum. It sounds fucking badass. And fucking Kinta, Pikachu, thanks for driving all the way back to Kyoto from Hiroshima. which was like a 6-hour drive. Dude, you fucking rock. Miss you. And I hope to see you guys soon, man. Arigato.
Walk Harbor City, you guys are absolutely amazing. Blew us away. Stone Leak, that is Akira's band, and they were absolutely incredible as well. Those guys drove us around and really took care of us, and we can't thank those guys enough. And it was great to end the tour with the 2 bands that we were touring with, which is incredible. We also met up with our friend Cassie in Japan, and she's actually from the same town that we are in Canada. And it was great to see a familiar face there. So Cassie, thanks so much for showing us the ropes and bringing us around and being a great friend.
For the promoter, Melon Collin, no cigar. No cigars up right now. This is for Akira. We love you, buddy. Thank you. Stone Leak.
This is some Japanese designer anti-hangover.
Oh, you can smell that from a distance, eh?
Pure ginger. Anti-hangover supplement.
Cheers, brother.
Or should I say, liquid digestive.
Not bad.
Chris is also known as the Kyoto Chopper. We'll cut your hair for 1,000 yen, please. Van Yoshi.
What's up?
This is like backstage in Japan.
Japan.